Getting strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Feels great to be back in the win column. Philadelphia Eagles with a huge win. I know it was the Raiders, and everybody says they're the worst team in football, and they are. But you know what, though? They went out there 31-0, took care of business, held the Raiders to like 75 yards. I mean, that's what a good football team's got to do. When you play an inferior opponent, you don't play with your food. You just go out there and beat that ass. So huge win by the Eagles. We're going to get a lot into that. Sixers. Get a little. Maybe we'll do a little Sixers talk. We got. Friday night I was actually at the game, and I thought I took a time machine of like 2-3 years. Joel Embiid had like 39 points Friday night.
Yeah, he went off.
Yeah, we'll get into a little of that. And then, Flyers with the tough weekend. They played tough. Carolina's a hell of a team. Took them to overtime twice. So they got the all-important, point each. So they got 2 points. But, get a little bit Flyers. And the Phillies, 4 more years of Schwarbombs. So we got an action-packed show. I got my usual cast right next to me. I got my man Jeff. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, bro?
Good, hanging in there. Got my custom hat.
What?
The Eagles with a skull.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Nice hat.
I bought myself a Christmas present, so I got it designed. I love skulls. Don't ask why.
Okay.
I have no skeletons in the closet, but I love skulls.
Well, everybody has some skeletons, Jeff. Everybody's got some skeletons.
I'm an open book. I'm
just
I could
playing.
run for president. They won't find anything.
Yeah, it's funny. I got my what do you call it? The Brian Westbrook like military one, because that was another thing that happened this weekend. Well, great Army Navy game.
Yeah, how about
really good game?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Sean?
I can't believe that game. The first half was all Army.
Yeah.
Just like a shitting down a toilet, man. Navy just came out of nowhere and took over the second half.
Yeah, I love the jerseys too. Like I love how they do those jerseys. I get the Army one like every single year.
Did you see on ESPN how long it took them to do the Navy helmet? Like they actually painted and drew it like over 4 hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's so artistic and detailed,
Yeah, I thought both teams' jerseys were fire, man.
Yeah.
They do a great job with that. That's on my bucket. One of these years, I'm going to get to that game. Now next year, I would have thought it would have been in Philly next year for the because everything else is in Philly for the 250-year anniversary. But then it made sense. They're doing it at MetLife because it's also 25th anniversary of 9/11.
Okay.
So they're doing it at MetLife next year because I was looking at it because I'd like to go one of these next couple years because I either want to go when it's in Philly next or honestly, I mean MetLife's not that far. Next year could be doable. You know what I mean?
Right. I went to the vet when the people fell. Remember when the
Yeah. Really?
And I sat in that section with my cousin because my cousin's a graduate, Billy of Army. And dude, it was crazy. My aunt said, "Why don't you move up so nothing happens?" Because it was so loud. Next thing you know, boom, the whole thing collapses.
Yeah.
People break necks, and I think somebody died, but yeah, it was crazy. But I was at that game.
Yeah, that's nuts. So we introduced Jeff. I got my man Sean. What's up, Sean? We're kind of getting into it here, and then right next to Sean, I got Diego. So, I think we're probably going to have the mush picks. I think John's going to hop on. So we'll have that. We'll have that a little bit later. He's back. He's all is right in the world because he only won one game. So he was 1 out of 4. So. I think the meteor might not be hitting us. You know, what I'm saying?
He needs A-Chain to go off. If not, I eliminate him from the playoffs in our league.
How much does he need by A-Chan?
28.
Oh,
Gotta go off. You know what I'm saying? He's gotta go off. I'm not saying he can't. He can go off,
but it can happen.
He can go off for sure. But 28. I mean, I feel good. I feel good going into tonight.
But one thing, guys, can I tell you something? How about those Cowboys?
How about what?
How about those Cowboys?
They're so good.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, that.
The worst quarterback in the league looked like the best quarterback in the league last year.
Yep,
or last night.
And he did the gritty.
Yeah, into the end zone.
So I have a question. Do I have?
They cannot get Jefferson the ball though.
Am I a bad person for kind of having a big smile on my face that Mahomes has a ACL torn pretty bad, and that Micah Parsons has a torn ACL pretty bad? Am I like a bad person to like kind of like that?
No, but I mean not necessarily. No, but I'm always afraid of that because then like I don't want to watch the Eagles this week, and the next thing you know, like. Jalen Hurts scares his Saquon. Like all of a sudden, like we're watching the game in Washington, and you see Saquon like limping off, and you see James. But
every play of every game can always be an injury. You never know.
True.
It's just
we were talking about Mahomes and the Chiefs last week, and me and Joe were saying it's time for him to like reload. Perfect time to do it now. Mahomes is probably going to miss all next season. They're going to get good pick. You know what I mean? So this could be the time where KC can get right, like the Patriots did when Brady tore his ACL.
Well, they had what? Matt Flynn?
Is that who it is? What?
Yeah, they had Matt Flynn. Remember, went to Seattle. Well, who are they going to have? They're not going to keep Minshew.
They might. They want to suck. They might even go less of a quarterback that can win you games.
Yeah, I mean it is ironic too because I think Mahomes is in his 9th year. It's the same. It's literally the same scenario that happened to Brady. I think Brady was in his 9th year. They were right in the middle of the dynasty. New England misses the playoffs in 2008. And then Brady comes back 2009. It's like literally like the same exact scenario.
It is.
And we'll get to the Eagles in a second. But real quick, looking around the league, I'll tell you what pissed me off. Well, Jeff, what's up with your Seahawks? I mean, Christ, man, they just barely beat a team that had a dude playing football for like the first time in 5 years. Really pissed me off because pissed me off. I had a good day. I had a nice little bet, a nice little parlay, but I would have had. If the Seahawks could have won by 7, I had like another $500 coming to me, and I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I'm gonna win this, man. And then next thing you know, I'm watching the game. I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
They kick field goals all day.
But I have a question. What is their record?
Well, I know they have a good record, but I don't care.
Again, it doesn't matter if the Eagles would have won yesterday 9-6. Would it have mattered? Yeah, we would have been scared, like, oh my God, this team's the worst in the world, but they still got a W.
Yeah, I get it, but then you lose. You're trying to win that division. Now you lose a game to the Rams, or they didn't lose a game, but you're trying to prove you're as good as the Rams. Rams squashed who they played.
They're tied with the Rams in the record.
Yeah, but they're a wild card team, right?
Right. So you know what? I mean, you have to make the playoffs. It's a matter of where their seeding is.
I think Seahawks are a good team. I think the Seahawks are the Minnesota Vikings of last year.
Their real weakness, actually, he's doing
well. Sam Darnold.
It's exactly it.
Sam Darnold's a good. He's proven that he's a pretty good quarterback, but he's still going to be Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? He's just
playoffs is he folds.
That's what I'm saying. Playoff time comes, he has to go out into the cold somewhere. They start hitting him around. Sam Darnold ain't winning you a Super Bowl.
He's Kirk Cousins, and who's behind him? I forget who's their backup is now.
You in Seattle?
They got to go to their backup. They're done
it's,
anyway.
It's the rookie from Alabama, Milrow.
Oh, okay.
Jalen Milrow.
So yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to paint a scenario. So if the Eagles could get their shit together, so the Rams play at Seattle this Thursday night. Now, if Seattle beats them, here's what I'm thinking. I think we want Seattle to be the 1 seed because I feel like, I mean, Jeff, I know you like the Seahawks too, but like in my eyes, with Biff Sam Darnold / Biff from Back to the Future, because that's who he reminds me of, right? But all right, so actually, he looks a little bit like the kid for. Actually, you know what? He also looks like the next door neighbor from Toy Story. Now that I'm thinking about it, he looks just like that kid too. But anyway,
yeah, he's the kid from Toy Story.
He's not exactly a looker. Let's put it that way.
No, but if Seattle gets the 1 seed, would it shock any of you guys if the same scenario that happened last year happens again this year? Where say we're the 2 or 3 seed. Someone goes to Seattle, knocks them out the first game, and we're hosting the title game again. I could see
things can happen
very easily.
That's why they play the game. But yeah, it could happen.
Mike Paperna Jr. is asking a question. He says, "Will the Bills play their starters against the Eagles in 2 weeks? Because the Bills are going to play their starters because they need the AFC is tight. They need to get in the playoffs still. They really can't afford to lose." I mean, we'll see how the next couple weeks plays out, but right now the Bills would have to win that game.
All I know is Josh Allen was down 21-0 yesterday. We continued on toward 5 touchdowns in a row.
Yeah,
that's a quarterback that puts teams on his back and wins the game.
Reliability, man.
I would like to see, because this is the second time that they've really been behind and come back at the end. I would like to see a team with the Eagles defense against having a big lead like team have had against Buffalo, and see Josh Allen try to come back then, because the Eagles would be in his face.
Yeah, but New England has a good defense.
But that's the problem. These other teams just, I don't know. They just seem to give up a little bit. I think they have this aura of Josh Allen.
And he did it on the road in like shitty weather.
Yeah.
We're not folding. I think we're up for the task come week 17 up there. They're definitely looking forward to that game.
As long as our offense is intact, our defense,
get them under center. That's all I gotta say. Do like Joey said, run the ball and play the offense like you played yesterday, and it's a win-win.
I feel like the Eagles kicked the Raiders' ass yesterday and still didn't look like a team that was kicking a team's ass and that was ready for the playoffs.
Because it's the Raiders. If it was a
good team, when they would kick the shit out of teams last year, they just looked like they were having so much fun. I don't feel like yesterday, they won, they destroyed them. Just doesn't feel the same.
It looked to me like they were trying to go back to their old ways, and that was like a preseason game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The way that they were around Jalen Rash, that's just great.
Saquon had a good game, right? But even a lot of plays, Raiders still made the line of scrimmage.
Max Crosby.
A lot of plays were negative plays for Saquon. Now, did he have a better game? Yeah, because he was picking up more plays in chunks. But if he wasn't picking up them chunks, it was just he was getting stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I know he's a downhill runner, and he's right up the middle. But look at the difference between him and Tank. Tank goes to the sides, and he gets out there and gets those yards. I don't know why they keep running him up the middle. It's just not open. Put Kelsey back in there, and it would be open. It's just not open.
I mean, I feel like usually we're used to seeing this offensive line get to that second level. You know what I'm saying? Block through the offensive line, get to that second level. So when you're running through the middle, if your offensive line's getting up to the linebackers, it looks a lot better than if they're just still on their first block.
But you got Lane Dickerson, who's always hurt, and he's doing everything he can to try and play through it. You don't have Lane Johnson. I know, Fred Johnson's playing well. It's just not the same line. They don't have the same. I mean, they're not even doing the tush push anymore.
Nah.
Steen is unreliable.
Yeah.
As he is just that average player.
You know what they changed a little bit this week? You know how usually pre-snap, Steen's usually standing up, and then like for some reason he just looks fucking back at Jalen Hurts until 1 second before the snap. Like the other team knows you're doing that.
Yeah,
they didn't do that this week.
No, they didn't. That was a
Steve stayed down, and they were more on like a hot 32 set hot, and then like it's a count. Opposed to like some guy looking back. Like he looks so dumb doing that. It looks like college football.
And a huge thing that they were talking about, and I didn't see it because I wasn't looking for it. But then when they played some back, Calcaterra cannot block.
No, he never block.
He never could.
He never could. Right? He couldn't in college at Oklahoma, and he can't now.
Another tight end they have can block, so they need to put him in there.
Yeah,
I'm better off with Granderson. Because what's the name doesn't cut it like you said, blocking. He's pathetic.
Yeah.
That's what you do. He catches.
Eagles 131-0, and I still don't feel great about that. Like usually they smoke someone 31, and I get it. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. You played the Raiders. I still seen a lot of negative plays. I still didn't see a lot of creativity. A lot of that shit was just Dallas Goedert out on the flank, and the Raiders just sucked so bad that they were breaking coverage every single play. It wasn't like they were like, oh, they're playing these great plays like against the Raiders. It was just a lot of Dallas Goedert in the flat. Big runs by Saquon Barkley. Like it still didn't look great.
See, I kind of had a little, I mean, I agree with you on some of that, but I have a little bit different of a take only because I feel like they ran a lot more crossing patterns and a lot less the little curls. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of encouraged, like I get what you're saying, but I was a little bit encouraged as far as like the type of patterns they were running.
They were doing that a little bit more last game and still lost.
No, I get that. I understand all that, but I'm saying though
you're playing the Raider. That's what I mean. There's a lot of just broken coverage. You're seeing Dallas Goedert wide open, nobody around him against good teams. That usually doesn't happen.
Well, the Raiders are hideous. I mean, they're basically going to play the Giants in a few weeks in like a lose off. I mean, you're gonna. I mean, but like we always say though, how football is though, like. The players are still they're still going to be trying to win because those players don't give a shit because they're fighting for their jobs.
Max Crosby was a beast in that game.
How I feel like the only way this team can make us feel good about them? Yeah, you can smoke the Raiders. You can go smoke Washington twice. You got to go out to Buffalo and beat them.
Well, you know what? Actually, and to touch on Mike Kaepernick Jr.'s comment here, he says the Eagles will go. He means 2-1. The Eagles will go 2-1 and lose to the Bills. This offense better to get it together. Or they're one and done in the playoffs.
But what good is that though? Oh, I beat Washington, I beat the Raiders. But you went when you played a team that like you got to prove yourself against. You went and lost. Like we're gonna need proven wins in the playoffs. We don't have a bye. We're not the 2 seed. We're the 3. Like we're gonna have to play pretty good football.
Yeah, but see, I know Josh Allen's a beast, and obviously Josh Allen's playing at a MVP elite level again. They had a great comeback yesterday. That Bills defense fucking blows. Like
not in the second half though. They locked up in the second half.
Okay, I'll give them that, but just in general though, like the Bills will be favored, and like if we go up there and lose to them, of course I'm not going to be surprised. You're playing in Buffalo, but I'm not just writing that off as a definite loss. I mean, we could win that.
That's what, to me as a fan, like that's the only thing that's going to be like, oh, we can get back to the Super Bowl. If you beat crushing the Raiders, crushing Washington twice, that's not giving me faith that this team is ready to take on Chicago again, or the Packers the way they're playing, or the Raiders, or the Rams, or Seattle. I don't think Eagles beat any of them teams.
Washington's got a better defense than the Raiders.
Yeah, but they're still ranked like 28th.
Yeah, but they got a better defense. I mean, we opened some different plays. Did we see something different than week after week after week? We saw some different plays. We saw Hurts run. Hopefully that ankle or whatever like that doesn't bother him. Supposedly he twisted his ankle a little bit, but he's saying he's fine. But hopefully he does take off and run and make you have to watch him. They do have to hit Goddard, and they did exactly what I said. You have to open up the goddamn field, and getting one down to Devontae was the smartest thing you can do.
Yeah,
I want to see how they play Washington. Now they announced today Washington's sitting Daniels for the rest of the year, so he's playing for the year. So I don't backup quarterback. They're a better team than the Raiders. So I want to see
Mm-hmm.
To me, that would tell me how they're going to play the Bills. Is if they look better and they do some different plays, and it's not the same old, like you said, Steen turning around when he's standing up and doing all that shit, because that's all like tipping your pitch.
Yeah,
That's the kind of thing that I look at.
Yeah, to me, you got to go up there and win. You got to go up there and beat the Bills, make us feel good. Like, oh, we're going to the playoffs.
Sure.
Now we can.
Sure.
I don't agree with this. Mike Papperner Jr. says Josh Allen's only a good regular season quarterback, but can't win it. Josh Allen's won a lot of playoff games. He just can't beat Mahomes. I mean,
Yeah. And Mahomes ain't in the way this year.
Right, and in all fairness, I'm not going to say that it's Josh Allen that can't beat Mahomes. I mean, it's the Chiefs were just a better team than the Bills. I think
Josh Allen's a product of not having good players around him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like Mahomes, like that classic playoff game a few years ago where he hit Gabe Davis in the end zone all that time. I mean, you can't watch football. You can't blame Josh Allen for that game. You know what I mean? Like that Josh Allen played an unbelievable football game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league right now.
I do too.
Playoffs, not in playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a prove-it game yesterday. Being down 21-0, that was big time.
Yeah, Mike Papperner Jr. says the Eagles have to beat the Bills handily. Like Diego said, I think they just got to beat the Bills. Like beat the Bills, but have the offense look good. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like our defense is good. Our defense is good, but like, you know, we're not the 85 Bears. I mean, I seriously doubt. I would be shocked if we went to Buffalo and won like a 16-9 game. Like I feel like if you go to Buffalo, unless the weather is really fucked up, like if it's like 50-mile-an-hour winds, then all bets are off. But like, if it's not too horrible and it's just cold, you're gonna have to win that John like 30, like probably like 28-24 or 31-28, something like that. The offense is gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to, even with a good defense, you're not going to shut Josh Allen.
Here's my question: what's the record of the Bills?
8-5, 8-4, 9-4.
And what are we?
We're equal teams.
We've got some tough team games that we played early too. So Bills are the Bills; they can be beaten. And
I'm not saying Bills can't be beaten.
I don't know how far they're going to go in the playoffs. I was hoping that New England would look good and clinch it all up, and when they looked okay.
That's what I mean. They're such a beatable team. Like if put any other quarterback on that team, they're probably one of the worst teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They suck. They have no receiving core. Coleman's trash. Shakir's trash. They have a couple good tight ends. It's Josh Allen and James Cook versus the other team. That's what it is.
And Kincaid. Kincaid's huge for him.
And Kincaid's the tight end and Knox. Knox ain't that bad either. Both tight ends are good. And Josh Allen feeds them because they're the only guys that can get good matches. And James Cook's unreal.
Yeah.
So it's Josh Allen, James Cook versus everybody. Because the defense is trash, the offensive line is trash. They suck.
Yeah. Here's one. I mean, Mike Papperner Jr.
Lamar Jackson can't do it with Baltimore. I feel like what Josh Allen's doing is the same. He's doing it with a similar team that Baltimore has. Like imagine if Josh Allen had Derrick Henry. And he had Zay Flowers. You know what I'm saying? And he had Mark. Like, that's better. That's better than Buffalo's offense.
Yeah, but that was a game. I mean, another thing kind of looking around the league, like I'm not surprised Buffalo won, but I mean, God, Cincinnati didn't even show up. What did Buffalo what shut them out or something?
Yeah, Baltimore kicked their ass.
Or Baltimore, I meant. Yeah,
You know what Joe Burrow said throughout the week? He said something like, "When I'm not having fun playing, that's when I know it's time to retire." He looked like a dude that was not having fun playing. Dude's coming at him. He just throws the pick rather than throw it away.
Yeah,
like, I'm done with this. I don't want this. He looks defeated.
I know. You know what's funny? Like, I mean, this is total hypothetical. I feel bad saying it because Jalen Hurts just played a great game, and again, I know it was the Raiders, but he really did bounce back. But they were asking a hypothetical question. Maybe today's not the day to talk about this because Burrow looked like shit. But they were like, "Oh, would you trade Hurts and a first round pick or two for Burrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would."
I would.
Guy, but
Burrow just needs an offensive line so he's not pounded. That's why he's hurt so much.
Yeah,
and that's why he looks uninterested. Every time he looks up, there's four guys bearing down on him.
Exactly. He's like, "Oh,
that can't be fun."
Yeah. No, it can't be. His career's going to get shorter and shorter.
Josh Allen, Mike Papperner
He had Josh Allen. I mean, I would say at the wrong time. You know, you have to beat Mahomes, and with how good Mahomes was them years.
Yeah, but like we were saying though, he had he had Diggs, but they had the game won. I mean, if you think about it, they had that playoff game won. They screw. If you remember, they screwed up the kickoff and they gave Mahomes like 10 seconds and he hit Tyreek Hill and tied that John up.
Yeah.
Josh Allen had that game won. I'm not going there. I think Allen played well enough in some of those games versus the Chiefs where he should have won. The team just didn't win.
Yeah, team.
I equate the Buffalo Bills right now and Baltimore as the Atlanta Braves. Remember in the 90s, the Atlanta Braves won the division like 13 or 14 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
How many World Series did they win? They had all those great pitchers and players. One World Series. They only made like 4, but one. They just didn't have it. It just happens. I mean, make the playoffs, get a good seed if you can, and then you never know what the hell happens from there. Think about it. So that's the way I'm looking at it now. It doesn't matter. Just get those wins. Make sure you lock up the division, and then other teams around just seem to suck. So let's just hope it falls right.
Yeah. So all right. So kind of looking. I mean, yes, there's really not too much. We kind of already touched on yesterday. I mean, basically, you played a team. You played a team that had 70 some yards against you. I mean, it was like the Raiders just are.
Yeah, were they playing the Las Vegas Raiders or the Ryan Raiders?
That's where
Like,
they weren't playing me.
I'm saying they were kicking the Raiders' ass, and I'm sitting there watching the game, going, "This is great." Like they needed to get back in the win column, but this doesn't tell me the Eagles are back as a team.
You should have never even said the Ryan Raiders because we would have whipped their ass.
I'm going to just throw this in. I know it means just about nothing, but Tanner McKee looked pretty good. I mean,
Tanner McKee looked pretty good.
He's got a nice ball when he throws. I like his.
He looks at everybody. He surveys the field.
I think he reads
the 6 quarterback and gives the ball to everyone.
Mm-hmm. All right, not another Carson Strong situation.
No,
here,
not going that way anywhere.
Not at all.
It's just nice to know that you have somebody that looks like he can. If God forbid something happens, you got a guy who can be a backup and actually win.
And you can rely on him. He's smart. He has everything that you want.
I think Tanner McKee at some point in his career gets a starting job, but then I just think he's a really good backup QB.
Yeah, you got certain one. I mean, Cade McCown was like that. Remember, he was supposed to be a starter, and then he bounced around. Then he had a couple good years there.
Yeah.
Look at Rob Johnson. I mean, we can go on. Brad Johnson.
Nick Foles.
Yeah. Look at Matt. If you're Tanner McKee, you'd love to have the type of career that like a Matt Schaub had. Like, remember Matt? Remember him? He backed up. He backed up. Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say he backed up Mike Vick in Atlanta. Then he goes to Houston, and he won a lot of games in Houston. Won a few playoff games, started a few playoff games. I mean, if you're Tanner McKee, you're like praying for something like that.
That's a good career for you, right?
I mean, think about a quarterback who won it, and it happens to be the team at Trent Dilfer.
Yeah,
he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I know that's true. Although Dilfer was a first round pick, though. Remember that was the trash. That you know what, Trent Dilfer. That was the famous. Who the hell is Mel Kiper? It was over Trent Dilfer. The Colts took linebacker Trev Alberts from from Nebraska, I think.
Nebraska.
And Mel Kiper's like, I can't believe a team like the Colts don't take a Trent Dilfer. He's like, Trent Dilfer's right there. And Bill Polian's like, who the hell is Mel Kiper? Ironically, Polian was right, though, because they don't take Dilfer. And then the other thing, I think they got the very next year, they made the championship game with Jim Harbaugh. They almost beat the Steelers. They almost caught that Hail Mary. They lost in the championship game. So, sometimes draft guys are right, and a lot of times they're wrong. But anyway, all right. So let's look ahead here. We got Saturday in Washington.
Yep.
Saturday?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Saturday at 5.
So that one, and then they changed it.
It's probably going to be all. probably going to be mostly Eagles fans down there. Because I mean, if you're a Washington fan,
Oh yeah, it
you know,
usually is.
if it's it's a Saturday, like what, it's 5 o'clock, like less than a week before Christmas. You got Christmas shopping, all kinds of shit to do. I guaranteed it's probably way more than half Eagles fans down there. It's almost gonna be like a home game, I would imagine.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
clinching game. That's the clinching game. You know the Eagles fans travel well.
Yeah. So any Eagles are favored, I think, by like 5 or 5.5. I'm seeing 6.5 on ESPN up here. They just showed it. So, any worry? I mean, is this game? Could this game? I mean, it is a division game. Could it be a sweat? Is there any concern? Or are we going down there? Like
Daniels is gone. Zach Ertz is unfortunately gone. They have nothing else. McLaurin, isn't he wishy-washy or whatever? Isn't he like banged up?
No,
Mariota?
I think McLaurin played. I think he actually scored
Is he
yesterday.
playing? Okay. I wasn't sure. I know he's been off and on during the year, but they really don't have much.
Just play the game you played yesterday.
Yeah, that would get me enough to get by. Yes,
I mean, we can go on and on, but yeah, just do that.
you should be able to beat them by minimum of a touchdown. I don't see anything close.
Yeah, the one thing I like too now that Brandon Graham's playing interior defensive line, very good, smart move. And you let the young guys eat like Nolan Smith, Jalen Hunt.
Jalen's playing well. Nakobe Dean is like a freaking beast.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. I know that they pushed out what's his face,
Jahad Campbell.
Jahad Campbell.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, but he is a freaking beast. He really is.
I'll tell you what, BG looked fat when we got him. He was fat. He looks like he cut down mad weight in the last 4 weeks. Looked in good shape yesterday. Looked like skinnier, looked more athletic. Like yesterday, he made a couple plays interior. Yeah, he's still a little bit heavier than he was, but I think he looks in great shape again.
Yeah, it can only help. I mean, just depth. Somebody knows the system and depth. And if he's that good in the locker room, he can go up to AJ and tell him, shut your mouth. Because I was waiting for him. I only got 2 catches. Who gives a shit?
Speaking about fat dude, Phil Rivers looked huge yesterday. You see how big he looked? Who was that quarterback? He used to fucking be a quarterback for Kentucky. Huge, fucking big ass motherfucker.
I love they showed
Lorenzen.
Yeah. That's a fucking Philip.
They showed a video of the kids that he coaches. The little league team?
Yeah, oh yeah, screaming.
The game and they were cheering when he threw it for a touchdown.
And I was like, this looks like that dude from Kentucky. I'm like, what's going on here? Is the NFL? What is this?
Yeah, he died of a heart attack.
I'm sorry, dude. Colts, I think that's horrible. Like, regardless, I think the dude Riley Leonard could have gave you 16 points.
Yeah, but he had a bum shoulder. Or whatever the case. Yeah, he's hurt.
I got you.
So that ain't happening.
The guy whose feelings are hurt is what's his face? The hat guy.
Anthony Richardson.
Cam Newton. No, Richardson's hurt. Cam Newton was saying
he's so hurt. Cam Newton's the saltiest dude in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your time's done, dude. And if you're so damn good, why don't you do like Philip Rivers? Get your ass out of that podcast and go throw
work out. Right.
You run.
Give Cam Newton credit. Give Cam Newton credit. He was going super irrelevant. No one cared who he was, and he figured by just talking shit about the Super Bowl MVP, it would bring him back to relevance. And look, he's on First Take now.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
So what he did worked.
Yeah. Well,
that was a joke.
Yeah. We'll speak.
I hate Cam Newton, but I see what he did there. We all see what he did there.
Yeah, it works. Redeveloped himself.
Yeah, well, speaking of relevant, the Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Phillies, made a big move since the last time we were on here. Kyle Schwarber's back. 5? Oh, I said 5 more. I said 4 more.
Yeah, 5 more.
I mistyped. Yeah, it's 5 more years of Schwarbombs. So 5 more.
Look, Schwarber's the obvious. The guy we got today, I love that. The Dallas Garcia guy, love it.
Dallas Garcia,
Yeah,
right now he's competing in that home run derby, Joey.
I agree. Even though he batted 227, like I was looking at the players that like were batting in front of him and behind him during the season, they were horrible.
Yeah,
so you could they pitched around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make things happen for a team that wasn't that great, the Rangers. So he's swinging away. Here, you put him right in between what? Schwarber and Harper?
Trey.
maybe.
Yeah, see, I'm not all right. So here's my thing. I'm okay with him. I'm okay with him. Like I'm all right with the move, but I got to keep it real with you guys. I'm tired of this bullshit. As far as here's my thing. Like you've been trying to get an outfield. That Middleton spends all this money. Like we're right up against the luxury tax. All this shit. And for every one of these years, we've needed to improve the outfield. Now, I'm with you, Diego.
He's an upgrade in outfield over Nick Castellanos. It's a big upgrade.
I don't agree. I'm sorry. I don't think it's enough though, bro. Like, yeah, okay, maybe on paper it's an upgrade. He had 217 last year. Like
227, but he had 19 homers and he had 75 RBIs. That's what I mean. Chasing a lot to make it. He strikes out a ton.
He strikes out all the time. He doesn't walk. I mean, when we come to the playoffs, here's Fuji with the question. So, yeah, I mean, he strikes out all the time. He doesn't walk. I'm all right.
Here's the thing, though.
But
I feel like Schwarber and Harper aren't able to fully show their potential when you could just pitch around the guys that are coming behind them. So we're protecting Harper with Alec Bohm. Yeah, he's going to look a lot different being protected by this guy.
Yeah, but I'm all right. My point is though, it's hard for me to rip Middleton because he does spend a lot of money, but like he spends all this fucking coin, and you lit for the last 3 years you've had an outfield that's been like bottom third in baseball, right? If you're gonna say you want your fucking trophy, Go out and sign a legit fucking outfielder.
Here's the thing now.
Wait, hold on. Are we bringing Crawford up?
We don't have. Yeah, Crawford is coming up. Crawford is going.
All right. So you just if he's as advertised, there's your center field solidified. Adonis Garcia, dude. I thought he was pretty athletic in that World Series that he went to with Texas. Way more athletic than Nick Castellanos. A way stronger arm. Seen a dude throw dudes out from right field, third base. Dude's got a rocket.
Right. Well, they're going to get rid of. They're trying to unload Castellanos. Nobody's taken. The Phillies are willing to pay half or more of that $20 million that he gets this year to get him out of here. He's not playing here. I think, from what I'm reading and watching, and Passan and all those guys are talking about, it seems like they are not going to go. Obviously, Tucker's out now because they got Schwarber back. They're not going to go that way. They were saying that they are still looking at Lewis Robert, who is young enough. And look, a change of scenery might work well for him. Then you might have a guy who's got some skills and power, and there's your outfield for the future.
Look, I thought our defense didn't kill us last playoffs. I thought our pitching didn't kill us last playoffs. What I thought killed us last playoffs is that our good hitters couldn't hit. Part of the reason I feel like our good hitters couldn't hit because Alec Bohm sucks so bad. You could just throw horrible pitches to Bryce Harper, throw horrible pitches to the guy before him, and then you got Alec Bohm coming up. This guy, maybe he strikes out a lot, but he still strikes fear into that pitcher. One thing we did not have in this lineup is that pop. That any pitch you leave over that plate, Bohm can take it out of here. Right. You knew Bohm couldn't hit a home run.
Yeah, my simple point is I just don't think it's enough. I like it. I'm okay with it. You gotta do more. You know what I mean? Like now I'm reading they might not bring, it's like now you're gonna sign him, he's gonna be your everyday right fielder. Okay, he's better
defensively. They said that he's gonna be probably working with Crawford. The two of them are gonna be platooning in the outfield.
Crawford plays center field.
Yes, but they're saying that they're going to platoon.
Yeah, but who's playing center then?
I don't know.
Can you bring back Bader?
They were trying. They don't know what's going on with him. He wants a 3-year deal. I don't think the Phillies want to give him a 3-year. They want to give him a 2-year. Plus, they want to try and get JT back. And then the big news that I was reading is Suarez will take a cut to come back, but the Cubs are all up his ass. Big money. They're saying he's probably going to go to the Cubs.
How about this? Can you move
We
Boom?
don't know whether we don't know really 100% if Wheeler's coming back.
Boston for Durant.
Yeah,
This move is great if you can somehow move Boom, add another bat to the lineup.
Yep.
You know, to really solidify the lineup.
Agreed.
And then Hope Crawford is advertised in center. Marsh is still it's not a horrible left fielder.
I know.
I'm tired.
And then you got Garcia on the right side. I mean, it's better than what we got.
Yeah, but I know. But I mean, I hear you on that. But it's just like you want to impress me. Like, find a way to make a trade for a guy. Find a way to get a guy that hits like 25, 30 homers. Get rid of fucking Bohm. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like I'm all right with I guess. I mean, Diego, I'm kind of agreeing with you. I guess all I'm saying is Garcia. Like, you can't tell me that your big move, you're going to lose Ranger Suarez, and your big move is going to be, oh, well, we're bringing Schwarber and JT back, and we added Garcia. Because I'm like, well, you're not.
Yeah, I don't think that moves the needle like to championship needle because you got to go through the Dodgers.
Right.
But with that guy and another guy, I feel like you could really be in business again.
I think what Sean said about what's his face,
Durant, Joey
Durant. I think he is going, and that's going to be out there. But I think here's my view of it. I agree 100% with you, Joe. And it comes down to them saying we'll pay any amount of money, but we're not the Dodgers. We're not going to throw the money at it. We're not the Mets. Look what happened with the Mets. All the people that they had on that team, they were supposed to do something, and they sucked.
Yeah, but then you're not going to win.
Yeah, see that's my point. I'm out on the fucking Phillies because I already know. I've already seen this movie. I've seen it for the last 4 years. Like, and then they're going to gaslight it. They're going to gaslight us on like, oh, well, you know, like all these years, it's like, oh, well, Marsh is going to take that step up. I mean, Marsh did have a good year after April. Oh, Stott's going to take that step up.
No,
that's a bomb.
And then they don't fucking do it. And then they
what
try
you see
telling
with
you
Stott,
he didn't do it.
With Stott is what you got.
I feel like when you look at the overall picture, I mean, I get where you're coming from, Joe. You're not wrong on that. I just feel like from the standpoint of how bad Harper's been the last 2 years was really because how bad Alec Bohm is.
Yeah.
You know, when you put this guy behind Harper, you now got to maybe think twice because if I put Harper on base, one swing of the bat from this dude who he clearly showed he could do is 2 runs.
I think Harper also, I mean, he won't say it, but I think his wrist was really fucked up the whole year.
And I feel like he also knows Alec Bohm's coming. I feel like he also knows Alec Bohm's coming up behind him.
Goes,
if I don't drive that dude home, Bohm sucks.
Watch early hitting of Harper when he was going for MVP. With the
He's
Phillies.
hurt. He's not going to say anything. That's the mentality of him.
Yes.
He's going to keep it sealed shut, you know, and that's it. And just play the game. He was banged up from the wrist, the elbow. But to bring up, like Joey's point, you know, you do definitely have to give the get.
Yeah, you got to get more.
You got to get that home run player. Stop tickling us with these guys. Get the Durant, get the Bohm out of here. And even the Japanese player, I heard he might come here. The pitcher, which is
he wants to. I heard he wants to.
I mean, can you get Bohm out of here and get us Bregman? I think that would be a huge upgrade to this lineup.
Is old in age. I'd rather take Sosa there. Really,
I would like to, you know, the move. I mean, I haven't heard any. I read like, now you don't know if this is true or not, but I think the move would be if you could get Bichette. If you could get Bo Bichette, you know, he's
don't know if they can afford him. What are you going to give up for him? Stott and
no, he's a free agent. That's my point though. It's like this,
I know what you mean.
This owner,
yeah,
you know, like again, I know they have the payroll, but this owner says he wants his trophy. We'll reach into your pocket, big boy.
Go get it.
What's up, big boy? Reach in those pockets, dude.
You want the year like we had when we got
the money
and we got Castellanos and all those guys all in one shot. And all of a sudden, like, holy shit. That's kind of what you're looking at. That's why I said we're kind of spoiled. I want them to get everybody they can.
I agree
I
with
love
Joey
the Phillies.
because you got to do like the Dodgers. You got to give to get.
Yeah.
Enough's enough. Like, how many years of the same old song and dance?
Yeah.
Like they did. They got Edwin Diaz. Go get that guy. Surprise us tonight. Sign somebody. Trade for Kettle Marte.
I would say, how about Kettle Marte?
Yeah.
You know, do something.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like Joey said, empty out your pockets because you're going to get the money back from the stadium to the concession stands.
Sure.
Apparel. Don't give me you're not going to. These fans, us fans are loyal.
Or just stop talking shit. And again, the guy does spend a lot of money. So I mean, I don't want to kill the guy because I mean, shit, we are like the third
Speaking the
highest
truth,
people.
though.
But it's like it's my point is it's like you're gonna spend it's almost like going out and buying like a sports car, right? Like you say you invest $100,000 in a car. But then you don't, and it's all you need to do is get like the best gas for it to make it go fast. But you're like, oh, I'm going to spend all this, but I'm not going to do the last thing to put me over the top.
You get the low end model instead of the best model. I get what you're saying. You have to get the best of the best.
Are you guys? I'm kind of surprised JT Realmuto hasn't re-signed. Like I was reading that they have an offer to JT, but he hasn't taken it yet because I think he wants a third year. I'll tell you what. Now there's the thing. I like JT Realmuto, right? And I know if you lost him, it would affect the pitchers.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I would almost sooner rather go cheaper on the catcher. If you're worried about money, go cheaper on the catcher and then use some of that $18 million to go get yourself the power hitting fielder. Like to me, I like JT Realmuto, but he can get fucked and go somewhere else and go get an outfield. Go use that money to go get a Bichette. That's what
earlier they were trying to get that catcher from the Orioles, but that's kind of shot now. Now they got Alonso. They got a pretty good lineup. Look the lineup. Their pitching stinks, the Orioles, but they got a pretty good lineup if you look at it now.
Yeah. You think about it. You look at that AL East, like, because it's funny because Baltimore might have possibly the best lineup in baseball. Like you look at their lineup's unreal. Like Gunnar Henderson and all them dudes, and they got Alonso to that, but they have no pitching. But I mean, the whole AL East is stacked. I mean, Yankees, Blue Jays, Boston, Toronto. I mean, even Tampa Bay. I mean, Tampa Bay's always pesky. Like they kind of stink now, but I mean, like,
Toronto went to the World Series.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The Red Sox.
Yeah. That's a tough. So, well, we'll see what happens. Hope maybe by next week, maybe they'll have the outfield solidified or there's another Japanese dude the Phillies were looking at too. I can't say his name, but some right-handed hitting outfielder.
Just call him Mr. Roboto.
If they're Japanese, dude, bring them on. I feel like all these Japanese come in and they're good at what they do.
Yeah, they basically come in and you bring their interpreter and then he gets a game-winning hit and the other dude talks to you. It's perfect.
That's it. And he gambles on sports. You know what I'm saying? He gambles on sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he hits the casinos afterwards. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
give me that Japanese dude.
Yeah, he could be like the guy from Major League 2 where he's like, "Oh, you got big cojones,"
Someday in the far future, Shohan and Pete Rose are going to sit there and talk about how they gambled.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was Showtime. It wasn't his interpreter. He just gave him. He took the
He was a fall guy, plain and simple.
Well, considering Pete Rose is 6 feet under, Shohei's hoping he doesn't have that conversation for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully he has it in heaven. You know what I mean? I'll have that a long time when I die.
Yeah, really. But all right, so that's a little Phillies. There were no lead tonight, but I have his picks. We'll break down all the games at the end. One more thing I wanted to touch on. A little bit of Sixers here. Like I said, I was at the game on Friday night. Really impressed with Embiid. I'll tell you, you know what? Paul George is fine.
Great.
The last
looking
2 games,
good.
Paul George is looking like Paul George.
30 points.
I just feel like this team could be one of these teams that towards the end of the year, if everything goes good health-wise, they really figure out how to all play with each other, we could be like this team has a chance.
Maxey was out there, wasn't he?
Illness.
Yeah.
Died. Illness.
They still play good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys? You know what? I'm a little surprised though. Like, what's up with they're barely like McCain. Like
he stinks. I don't think he's as good as we thought he was last year.
You think it's that, or you think maybe he's just not quite back from the injury?
Maybe that, maybe a little bit of that. I just don't feel like what we saw last year. He was able to get a lot of shots up on a team where, like, he got a lot of minutes and he was able to, like, shoot a lot. Here, he has to settle into a role because Maxi's ahead of you. Now VJ's ahead of you. So now I feel like he's trying to settle into that role. I don't know if he's that player.
I don't think he's 100% back yet.
That could be possible too.
Maybe learning the offense and seeing what's going on. They'll start using him a lot more down. Again, sitting some other players, giving him some time to play. It's good to have a guy with his talent.
I don't feel like he's that good though. I feel like he's good. Like, he's an NBA player, could turn into a role player, but I don't know.
I think he came back too quick because I had a thumb injury, and I think he came back too quick. Like almost something to prove, which I wouldn't have did, but he did. So, but yeah, I
love the guys that came out of nowhere. Barlow, I like him. Who's the other kid? Dude, Walker. I like that dude. Like they're hustle guys win you games in the NBA. Your stars do their job. The hustle guys slide on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Get that ball where they're the kind of players that I feel like this team's always been missing.
I love Grimes the way
Grimes
he
is really
Grimes.
good.
Yeah, I love Grimes.
Yeah,
this team's solid team. Solid team.
You have.
I think if we had one player, we would definitely win the whole thing. If we could just get Bronny James here.
I'll tell you what. Austin Reeves threw Bronny James and alley the other day. Bronny James got hops.
That guy just has to go. He's not that good. He's going off his dad's name. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. So he can play a little bit of defense though, and he's athletic. So I feel like that's why they keep giving him a chance.
So here's a question for you. Like, you got Maxey playing at an all-star level or MVP level. PG
first team NBA level.
Right. Paul George is showing you something. So, I mean, it doesn't look like anybody's going to beat Oklahoma City. But like, if you're the Sixers, do you kind of just let it play out, or do you think based on McCain looks like he's not really part of this rotation? So like, would you consider like look at a team like New Orleans, right? Like they got a guy Trey Murphy the third.
I would consider trading McCain.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So, maybe you could put a package together. If would you? I hate giving up the Clippers picks, but would you possibly package?
I don't think I would. See, that's all right. I hate giving up McCain, but the way Joel B looks right now, where he might not have many more years left, we're gonna need that youth on our team. So if I got to give up that Clippers pick, the Clippers right now look like they're imploding, and that pick might be a top 5 pick. I don't know if I can move from that, John.
Right. Well, that was my question. Now it's not until 2028 though. So you figure, that owner, as soon as they get salary cap space, that owner's going to buy a couple free agents. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Would you try to get like a Trey Murphy III, and then all of a sudden you take a gamble because he's only 25 years old. So then you got Maxey, you got Trey Murphy, you got PG. And then you try to nurse them.
Yeah.
Maybe you could make a run in the East.
That's true. I like the team the way it is right now too. I think this team can make a run.
Year, right?
What?
We got rid of Michael Carter after he won the Rookie of the Year.
He was trash. Another player that was just Rookie of the Year because what team he was on, he was able just to handle the rock the whole game.
Yeah.
The NBA is tough, dude, because you see how VJ Edgecombe can play off of Maxey? Yeah. You don't need the ball. He can crash. He can make himself available on back cuts. McCain ain't that kind of player. He needs the ball. He needs to be the guy finding the open corner shooter, driving to the basket. So I feel like it's just not working for him. You know what I mean?
I haven't looked at all because I'm not as big of a basketball overall fan. But how's that Ace Bailey doing? Is he doing
not as good as VJ Edgecombe?
No, so he wouldn't have been anything for us probably either. No. We probably took the better of the two people. Because remember, everybody wanted Ace.
Different situations, too, though. Utah sucks. So, if the other teams go, you know what, that rookie right there is their best player, put our best defender on, take him out the game, we win. I mean, it's a lot harder than if they put him next to Embiid. And he gets just sit in that corner, and Maxey gets to crash the boards. This guy's got to help. And then Ace is just wide open for threes. He'd probably look a lot different in our system. He's not horrible.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I haven't really seen him play. But looking at the numbers, Ace Bailey's averaging 23.6 minutes, 10 points, shooting 44% from the field, 35% from three, 77% from the foul line. He's getting 3 boards a game. So numbers wise, he's not doing bad.
Yeah, he's not horrible.
Points per.
What's that?
What was his average points per game?
10,
Well, he's
10 points.
averaging 10, but he's only playing 23 minutes. So
23 minutes, yeah.
So
30 minutes, he's averaging 15.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's hard sometimes. He's only like, he's really like some guys come in the league, they're like grown ass men. Even if they're young, he's like a boy kind of. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take him a couple years.
Right.
Like I think the Sixers made the right choice in Edgecombe because I love his makeup and all that stuff. But there's been plenty of times in basketball where a guy doesn't have a great rookie year, and then you look 3 years down the line, you're like, oh shit, we should have taken him.
I feel like Ace Bailey's kind of a player like the reason Edgecombe was the right pick here is because he plays next to Maxey, and his attributes match Maxey's. Ace Bailey's going to want 25, 30 shots, 20 shots a game like Kevin Durant at some point in his career.
Yeah.
How do you get that with Maxey taking 23 shots a game?
You can, especially when you still have you got, when Paul George is playing, he's got to get shots, and when he plays, he's got to get shots. I mean,
it was always the right pick to take VJ. I didn't think so at the time. I was like, you take Ace Bailey no matter what because he's the most talented player. But with a guy like Maxey, he's going to be your star for the next 10 years. We need to build around him. And VJ was the better piece to build around Maxey.
Yeah. So, but we'll see what happens. Let's look at this Sixers. Let me look at the schedule here.
You're right, Chuck. We might look back and at the end of their careers, Ace Bailey might average like 27, 28 points a game.
Yep.
And be Kevin Durant-ish, like Brandon Ingram.
Wow, the Sixers don't play again until Friday night. Now this will be an interesting weekend. Sixers got 2 games back to back. Shit, so that means Embiid's only going to play 1. Sixers are at New York Friday night at the Knicks, and then Saturday they host the Mavericks. So what do you think? You think they could? I think they split that. I think they
1-1.
What do you guys think?
They beat the Mavericks.
All right, so they beat the Mavericks. Okay.
I don't know. I don't watch them enough, to be honest with you. I still can't get as interested in them right now.
Yeah, and all right, and then I want to go over. No, Lieb's not going to hop on, but I have this. We'll go over all the games real quick. But
I do have a question. There was an article just before we got on the thing here, popped up on my phone that a car drove through a Starbucks. That wasn't him, was it?
No.
I just want to make sure.
I know. Wouldn't surprise. No, it wasn't him. So, but yeah, and then like we touched on the Flyers. Flyers have, I'll tell you one thing about the Flyers. They're competing. I mean, every single game, they play these good teams, and they, and I know they lost to Carolina twice, but I mean, took them to overtime back-to-back nights. So
Carolina's a tough team to play, and to keep them that close, I think they really did find their goalie in Vader.
Yeah,
Person's fine, but Vader's the guy, and the guys are learning, and they're starting to learn Tockett's ways, and I think they're doing well.
Yeah,
I think they'll be a playoff team this year, but I give them maybe another year or two before they can make a run for the cup. But they were trying to get that Quinn Hughes who just got traded. They just didn't want to give up.
Yeah, he went to Minnesota.
Wow.
Minnesota. Yeah, he went to Minnesota. So,
yep.
But all right, so I got John's picks here. Last week he went 1-4. The only game he won was what did he win? Oh, he won the Eagles game. That was it. So this week, and then we'll break down all the games this week. Rams at. You know what? Let's just break down the games, and then I'll say what he's got. All right.
All right.
And then we'll wrap this John up here. All right. Let's see here. So this bet 365 is taking forever here. All right. So, all right. Now the big game Thursday night, the Rams at Seattle. The Rams are favored by 1.
Devontae Adams ain't playing.
Yeah.
I think I like.
Seattle.
You know, I think I like Seattle.
I like Seattle.
How about you guys?
Seattle.
All right, then we got
How about you, Sean?
Seattle.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles at Washington. Philadelphia Eagles favored by 6.5.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Double-digit win.
John, that's one of John's picks. John has the mush has the Eagles winning but not covering. So he has Washington
Didn't
covering.
you tell him not to pick any damn Eagles games?
I know. And then
It's
Listen very well.
he also has Seattle winning.
Ha!
Thanks. It's even better.
Another big game, Green Bay at Chicago. Green Bay's favored by 1.5. You know what? I love the Bears.
Chicago.
Oh, I love Green Bay.
All right. Buffalo at Cleveland. Buffalo's favored by 10.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo
I
to win.
Cleveland could cover that, though.
Buffalo.
And I think Myles Garrett's going to break the record in this game.
Yeah, I think the Bills could name the score. Cincinnati at Miami. Miami's favored by 1. I think I like Miami. I don't know. Cincinnati they look like dead man walking
They're the
yesterday.
hardest team to
I like
read.
Miami. Cincinnati's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like they gave up. The team itself gave up on each other. So
Yeah.
Kansas City at Tennessee. Chiefs are favored by 3. You know what? Tennessee's going to beat them.
I like Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Chargers at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 2. You know what? I like the Chargers.
Chargers.
I like Dallas this week.
Chargers.
All right. Minnesota at the Giants. Minnesota's favored by 3.
I like the Giants.
Minnesota.
I like Minnesota. I think the Giants are in well, the players are, but they're in tag mode. Jets at New Orleans. New Orleans is favored by 4. You know what? New Orleans.
I like New Orleans.
New Orleans. I'm just shocked of how yesterday they played, but yeah, New Orleans.
Yeah.
The week before they played the same way. 2 big upsets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buccaneers. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay at Carolina in a battle of who the hell wants to win that division. Tampa Bay's favored by 3. It's in Carolina. I like Carolina.
I like Tampa.
Carolina just lost the game that they needed too.
Tampa Bay is going to be on revenge factor.
I just feel like Mike Evans. They got Mike Evans back. Chris Godwin scored. Like I think the Bucs are going to ramp it up now, and we're going to see a better Bucs team.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with them, I guess.
Atlanta at Arizona. Atlanta's favored by 2.5.
Yeah, who cares, you know?
Arizona's horrible.
I'm going Atlanta.
I'll take Atlanta.
This is another good game. Jacksonville at Denver. Denver's favored by 3.
I like Denver.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jacksonville.
Sunshine and Etienne and
I like. You know what? I like Jacksonville in an upset. Raiders at Houston. Houston's favored by 14. Houston can name the score.
Yeah, great.
Houston's going to win like 20. Houston's going to win like 28-3 or something.
Houston's going to win like the Eagles did.
Yeah. Pittsburgh at Detroit. Detroit's favored by 7.
I like Detroit.
Detroit is there probably not.
Detroit, but they are not a strong team this year.
No TJ Watt.
Detroit.
Tonight he's not playing because of the needle and he got punctured.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Your own medical staff did it.
Like what? That dude has to be fired. Whoever did it.
Yeah, their own medical staff.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right, two more games here. Yeah. New England at Baltimore. Baltimore is favored by 3.
Oh, man, I don't know.
That's a tough game.
I'll take New England, but I don't know.
New England was running it up on the Bills. They just did what everybody else does and just, sat back and let Josh Allen beat you.
Yeah, it's a big game for New England, too, because if Baltimore beats them, the Bills are back in play to possibly win the East.
Yeah.
I like. You know what? I like New England.
Me too.
Although Baltimore showed me something yesterday. San Francisco at the Colts. The 49ers are favored by 6.
San Fran's a super scary team for anyone to have to play in the playoffs.
Who's that?
San Fran. Scary team.
They're not like they were a couple years ago when everybody said they're the golden team, they're the team nigga. They just
they're not a golden team, but like Kittle and McCaffrey are still really good.
Yeah.
And Purdy's not horrible.
No, that's
and Shanahan's a good coach. They're coached well.
And the other thing about San Francisco, every week they're playing a dog shit team. I mean, not that the Colts are a dog shit team. The Colts are actually a good team, but I mean, everything's working out for San Fran.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
I like San Francisco.
Yep.
All right, and let me just go over the last of the mush. All right, so the mush had Green Bay at Chicago. He likes the Bears to win. Jacksonville at Denver. He likes Denver to cover and win, and then Pittsburgh at Detroit. He likes Detroit to cover and win.
Okay.
So we'll see. But all right. Well, listen. Who do we like tonight? Miami at Pittsburgh. Any thoughts?
I like Pittsburgh because they're in Pittsburgh.
I do too. Miami's playing well, but they're Miami.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
Yeah, they don't like the cold. They shrivel up.
Jalen.
Yeah, as I said, that's why. Really,
they're
in
like
Pittsburgh.
I was gonna say they're like George Costanza in the pool. You know what I mean?
They got off the plane and they went.
We lost in the playoffs. We lost in the playoffs because we thought the Bucks didn't like the cold, and their records always showed it, and we lost because of that shit.
Yeah, we lost because we knocked that interception and do return down a sideline.
We still.
Yeah, but that was an all-time great Bucks defense. I mean, that Bucks defense had 3 Hall of Famers on it.
They say defense travels.
Yeah, actually, wait, they had 4. Is Lynch
Brooks,
Damian Rice,
Derek Brooks,
Derek Brooks, John Lynch,
Rondé Barber,
Rondé Barber, and Rondé Barber.
Yeah, I mean that's an all-time defense. You know what I mean? Like Miami, they shredded.
Rondé Barber picked us off.
Unfortunately,
don't remind me.
Yeah, we had 2 images of each sideline. One is Joe Jervis just running down one sideline, and
running
down the next.
Down the other one, right?
I'll never forget that. Jervis.
Yeah, but anyway, all right. Well, listen, let's wrap this up. Go Birds!
Go Birds.
By this time next week, we're NFC East champs, I think.
Agreed.
Hopefully, the Phillies do something else other than just bring their own guys back. And although, like you said, you know what? The Garcia move. I think I'm all right. And let's get some good Flyers and Sixers action. So
let's go.
We'll see you all next week, and have a good one.
Go Birds,
guys.
Getting strong, let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet unfold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless